This is Smoking Out the Closet. Now, here are your hosts.
Hi, my name's Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi, my name's Asmodeus. I use them pronouns.
And welcome to another episode of
Smoking Out the Closet.
For those of you who are new or just joining us, we are a queer podcast, pun intended, that talk about the cannabis community, LGBT community, and everything in between and beyond.
So welcome.
Don't know why I'm having trouble going through our intro today.
Yeah, it's like a 50-50 shot you're going to get through it.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed.
Hey, look,
Observations.
it's not my fault. My brain's applesauce, all right? Do you want to start with our review?
Yeah, sure.
So, my pick this week, and because of Pennsylvania just being Pennsylvania and the weather being horrible,
It's cold and raining sideways today.
So we decided to do some concentrates inside. So I picked this one, right?
I think you did, or I helped you, or I was looking at it with you.
So we're doing Origyn's Boston Tea Party number 22 sugar. Really good. Could be better, to be honest, but for what it is, I like it.
I had this in the flower form, and it's similar. The taste tracks. It's not nearly as harsh as the other concentrate we had before that.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
Oh boy.
Let's see. It's got 73.95% THCA, 5.88 THC. Highest terp. It's limonene at 0.975, followed by, looks like it's humulene at 0.397%, and then linalool at 0.302%. Everything is 0.2 or lower. I'm not thrilled with it, to be honest. I'm not super against it. It's pretty Midz, in my opinion.
It's alright. I mean, I really like Rhythm's concentrates. And I'm like, it's okay. It's limonene. Like, I can taste the limonene in it. It does limonene things. It makes me uplifted and everything. There's not much else. I feel like the taste it tastes like weed. It doesn't taste like terpy.
Yeah.
Or pure, I guess, than the flower counterpart that I've had before. But I don't know. I don't like it as much as I like Rhythm's concentrates. Or primes.
Or double bears, even.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, Double Bear, honestly, I don't know. I like their carts. I like Terrapin's flower better. I don't know how I feel about their concentrates. I've had their crumble and their shatter, and it's
Yeah, but I mean, I would still vote a little higher. Like, it's not going to be certified slaps for me for Double Bear's concentrates all the time.
No.
But, like, if I'm comparing it to, like, the worst one from them and this one right now, I feel like that would still rank a little higher just because I feel like I get a little higher and I feel the terpenes a little more.
Yeah.
In the Double Bear products. I am honestly, after we refilled it 2-3 times.
Yeah.
I'm not high.
I am really not, like, really high. Like, I'm just kind of cruising. I feel a little bit uplifted. There's not a whole lot else going on.
Yeah, I'm not feeling much from it, to be honest. And it's not that old of a product. I just got this not too long ago. Yeah, it's good till November. So, like, it's not that old. So, I mean, it's a little old, but I mean, it's not that old. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5.
That's fair. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 just because I like it a little bit more than some of the other stuff I've had that's just kind of
Yeah.
But that's not as good as some of the best stuff I've had.
No, I agree with that.
I also do have to go through a lot of concentrates for me to feel much.
Yeah, and for me to not, because like I'm a little more sensitive, I feel like, when it comes to concentrated products, like concentrates or RSO and all that like I felt like this should have hit me a lot more.
Yeah.
For the amount I used, and this is like, I don't know, I haven't had, with the exception of today, I haven't had concentrates in, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to hit me harder.
I was doing some yesterday, but I didn't completely ruin my tolerance today. Like, I didn't smoke a whole lot because it's been fucking cold outside.
Yeah. We
Hit
had
my pen a little bit.
we had stuff to do. We were doing a bunch of errands and everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Is there anything you want to bring up right away?
Not immediately.
Okay. Well, could I bring up some topics?
Sure.
So I wanted to talk about one thing I noticed recently. So while I'm at work and we're slow, I cruise Reddit a lot. Specifically, two major subreddits: r/PA medical marijuana,
Mhm.
where everyone talks about how Pennsylvania is as a market, how, the best stuff. People do reviews. We post reviews sometimes on there. And r/trees, which is everybody internationally in the cannabis community. There are some people from like Germany that have been talking lately because Germany's going through some like reforms and stuff. It kind of got like a little pushed back and delay from because the EU. But I saw something yesterday that was very interesting because you could pin like I think 2 or 3 major things on the subreddit page.
Mhm.
Like the mods, an owner of the subreddit can do that. And so I'm gonna go to the website while I'm talking about it, but there is a radio station now called treesradio.com. And basically what you could do is you can basically log in, like create an account for the website,
Mhm.
and then you could just basically upload, like put URL codes for YouTube, and it will play YouTube videos. And then like there's like ways to skip it, ways to like do it, but it has to be voted on for it. But basically you could take it's a community run radio station for people to get high and listen.
That's pretty cool.
Right? Um so it's like it's really honestly I think it's really cool. And then like I don't think it's all like music because like it has be mindful of controversial media. Um Songs have been recently played within the last 2 hours, maybe skipped. And it's really cool. And it's like it's all made by like the mods and people of r/trees.
That's cool.
Now, if you smoke the weed, if you like the ganja, if you like cannabis, however you want to say it, and you aren't on the r/trees subreddit, do yourself a favor, go on that Reddit. Because not only is it like you get to learn so many cool stuff, you get to see how like other people use and like have their weed. You also get to learn some cool stuff. But also there's some great memes on that subreddit just involving weed. But one of the coolest things I saw recently was a guy had a commemorative Hot Wheels car for Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke movie.
That's cool.
And I'm like, I don't know if this is real or not, but that's freaking cool either way.
That is pretty neat.
And it's also a little segue into the oh, I copied the wrong map. Well, I was gonna talk about this because like I guess I linked the wrong map. But someone on r/trees linked 2 maps from, well, technically 3, but it was 2 different posts from Data is Beautiful, where it talks about one was all the states and what they have between recreational, medical, or just totally illegal. And then the other one, which is apparently what I linked in my show notes, is the average price for an ounce of cannabis, and then the price for high quality, same volume of an ounce in each state. And a lot of people are saying, like, dude, there's yeah, no, there's no way this is accurate. So I don't want to quote that one because everyone's actually been debunking it. So I'm going to Google that image real fast, and do bear with me. Here we go. This is, I think, a little out of date. Okay. So, well, that's September 2022. Okay, here we go. This is from the Rolling Stones. So, states that have legal for adult use or recreational. Biggest ones that are kind of obvious: Washington, Oregon, California, Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also have Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Montana, Missouri, who just voted it in, Illinois, Michigan, Virginia, Alaska, which Virginia doesn't have shops yet because they're in a weird legal gray area, but you can sell it. It's just kind of like a gift thing. You have to, like, you buy $100 sticker and then get an ounce with it. Kind of
one of those things.
Yeah. Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, looks like Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont are all the states with legal adult use. Now, states that have legal for medical only, Utah, North and South Dakota, Michigan, or not Michigan, that's Montana. Sorry.
I'm glad you're looking at this map, and I'm not, because I failed geometry like 3 times.
Oh, it's
geography, not
it's
geometry.
The abbreviations. That's how I'm doing it.
Geography.
Failed
geometry too.
Was it Iowa, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire. Now, states that have legal low THC medicinally only and hemp are Texas, Kansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia, which I think Georgia's voting on it right now, or it has passed since this map was made. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, and Hawaii is medical only too. Forgot about Hawaii. And then states that have nothing. No hemp, no low THC medical programs, nothing. Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Indiana, and South Carolina. So I'm not 100% sure on the no hemp, but there was like no medical or recreational in any sense. Weed. Nothing.
Dry.
And that kind of, all of that, to be honest, almost every state in the goddamn country has medical. What's doing this?
Oh, I didn't see that your hands weren't. Never mind.
But every state, almost every state in the country has medical.
Yeah.
With the exception of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 states. Why don't we just legalize it?
We wait for Joe.
Oh man, no, fuck Joe. Joe Biden's been pissing me off. All the shit he's been doing and not doing.
I haven't heard about him doing anything.
Well, he basically pushed memos out. They were basically giving direction on how to legally discriminate against trans athletes.
Oh, I fucking heard about that.
So that was fun. Fucking asshole. What else do I got in my show notes? Oh, there's an article. I'm not really gonna read the article. Just because I kind of want to, it's kind of a nice introduction into a topic I would really like to see here in Pennsylvania. So you know the company Jones Soda.
Yep.
We see them at it's kind of rarer to get it here in Pennsylvania. I think the only places I really see is certain sandwich shops. We're lucky here in Pittsburgh to get it in like Giant Eagle and Grandpa Joe's. Central PA is so hard to find it.
You have to go to Wegmans, I think.
Yes, I think Wegmans was the only one, and if you're living in Central PA, there's only 2 Wegmans you can go to. You gotta go to Williamsport or you gotta go to State College.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Jones Soda Company, I don't know if that's actually their company's name, but the company that makes Jones Soda has released in some states Mary Jones, and it's coming to Michigan. So,
we need to go to Michigan.
So for those of you who don't know, Mary Jones is cannabis infused Jones Soda, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want them. I kind of want it.
What flavors are we working with here? Please tell me there's a grape on this list somewhere, like a grape haze.
So there's green apple, root beer, orange cream. It looks like it's kind of just their brand of like sodas, but just infused. So, but it's kind of funny, you know, because Sunny D just released Sunny D seltzers.
Wait, there's hard Sunny D?
Yeah, there's hard Sunny D.
Listen,
now.
I was making hard Sunny D before it was cool. I was making screwdrivers with Sunny D and vodka.
Yeah, now it's just it's kind of like
Sunny D White Claw.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
like Mike's hard Sunny D.
I'd still fucking try it.
I mean, I'd try it, but yeah, according to the Mary Jones website, they have so it's 10 milligram sodas in the bottles, like the glass bottles, 100 milligram sodas, and it looks like in they're like a kind of like a cans, look like I'm guessing 16-ounce cans.
Oh my god, I would not be able to drink a whole lot of those. 100 milligrams.
And then they have 100 milligram syrups, which are all like it looks like it's exactly in like those old 5-hour energy bottles.
Oh my god, yeah, they are.
So they only have 4 flavors right now. Which is the root beer, green apple, orange and cream, and berry lemonade.
I still probably drink 2 of those.
I drink all of them.
No, like at a time, I mean.
Oh.
Like if they're 10 milligrams, I drink 2. I would not be able to do 100 milligram soda.
No. But
No.
For us, I think it looks like the closest one is Michigan. But you can also get some merch from them on their website. Michigan. Caps for gear. The heck is that?
Oh, is it like you save the caps?
Save your caps and get cool stuff. It's that simple.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, you can. You can get Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're making fun of fucking Pepsi on this one. So there was an old Pepsi thing, and if you did something, you get to win a Harrier jet.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy actually did that and didn't get the Harrier jet, so he sued Pepsi. So it's Harrier jet Asterix. It's a toy model, not actual military equipment for 70 caps.
Well, now I want... Is it just for Mary Jones, or is that for Jones in general?
No, I think it's Mary Jones.
Oh, that's cool. Well, if it's for Jones in general, too, like, that would be neat. I'd drink more Jones soda, save my caps. I play Fallout. I save caps anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool merch though. I mean I do that.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean it's really cool that like, I mean, hey, I love Jones Soda to begin with. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
great.
freaking love them. But it is definitely something that like I wish we can get here. And unfortunately, does not look like we're gonna get that anytime soon.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the bill, which I think is SB 538, to pass or has been introduced to the House, I think, or the House committee. It's kind of dying. It's only got 2 of its 4 sponsors left, last I heard. Mostly because it's only going to help MSOs. And you know, I don't blame the people who dropped it, like Katie Muth, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. I know she dropped it for sure. But it's kind of just, it's all going to help the MSOs. It's going to hurt like the Hempco, any like actual really good like what's his name? We talked to him at the Cannabis Festival. Something Circus. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Circus Cannabis. Circus Canico. They had the little monkey thing. They were selling hemp. We were talking to them.
Oh, I think I remember them.
Yeah, they have their logo is the monkey smoking a joint. Yeah, they were cool. Like it would hurt them, and like all these other like small hemp based cannabis companies, and like I wish we could just make it so like anybody can start up a cannabis company. Fortunately, we don't live in that world thanks to people like fucking True Leaf and Cure Leaf. I mean, and most of the MSOs in general too, because like Prime and Cresco are also kind of shitty with that as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cure Leaf, can I share the news about what I learned right before we started getting ready for the podcast?
Yeah.
So apparently, Cure Leaf was not sharing its. It was delaying for internal investigations or something stupid like that. Their kind of reports of how they're doing for their stockholders and everything. These motherfuckers lost $370 million last year.
Jesus.
And I thought Mad Men was losing money. Goddamn.
Holy shit.
Speaking of which, Mad Men might be going out of business
That's
soon.
what I
like,
heard.
Fuck them.
They're headed towards bankruptcy is what I heard.
Yeah. Oh no, so sad. Too bad. Bye-bye.
World smells violin.
But speaking of Mad Men, not saying their dispensary, but their dispensary in Las Vegas is really close to the really cool one I want to go to. I want to go to Planet 13.
I've heard they're cool.
It is. Have you ever been to those big Bass Pro Shops where they have like the aquarium inside?
No.
I think it's Bass Pro Shop. It's either Bass Pro Shop or Gander Mountain. And it was like a big outdoor store, and there's like an aquarium inside, like a very small one. I don't know if you've noticed,
I'm not a very outdoorsy person. I feel awkward going into Dick's Sporting Goods.
I mean, fair. I usually got dragged in there because of my dad. I wasn't sure if your dad dragged you in there. I mean,
it's Harbor Freight. That's where I got drug into all the time.
I mean, to be fair, I did like going fishing.
I do like going fishing too, but I can just go to the fucking tackle section of Walmart. I don't need anything fancy. Go take me to the corner store where they're selling little live wormies and little styrofoam cups in the fridge. That's all I need.
But yeah, I think it was a Bass Pro Shop.
That would be cool though. I just want to stand there and look
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
fish.
It is a Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, but damn.
Yeah.
Well, no, but now I want to go.
I used to do that all the time as a kid. Would just sit there while my dad went shopping.
I would watch the fish.
But essentially, Planet 13 is like that, but with weed. There's
yeah.
like restaurants inside. There's like, it's really nice.
Oh yeah.
I'll show it to you on the break, like on our break.
Mhm.
There's a video I'll show you. They kind of
Is it one where like there's like a car parked in there?
yes,
And there's the drone that flies through.
that drone. Yes, that is Planet 13.
Go.
Because I think it would be really cool, and I always wanted to go to Vegas. I'm not sure if my mom's friend would still let me crash or let us crash at her place, but I mean, she kind of lives in Las Vegas proper, not the Strip. But I mean, it'd be really cool to be able to like go there and visit, you know?
Yeah.
And plus, you know, we just do a hop skip over to like California.
Exactly.
We got like 4 minutes till the break. Is there anything you wanted to bring up?
I don't know if I can squeeze my topics in.
I mean, don't feel like you have to squeeze. There's just something small you wanted to bring up or anything.
I don't think so.
Okay. Baba Booey. Oh, can we talk about how like they're like out of apparently now there's 5 professional sports teams here. I only knew of the 3, and then when we moved here, I found 4, and I just learned of another one today.
Oh yeah, I remember you. I was in the car with you for this discovery.
But out of the 3 major, I don't even feel right saying major leagues, but out of the 3 out of the 5 professional leagues, so we have Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Penguins, Pittsburgh Pirates, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds for the U.S. Soccer League, and then we have the Pittsburgh Marauders for the U.S. Football League, which is another football league that's smaller than the NFL, which we just learned today.
Yeah, I was on a billboard on our way back from or to my appointment.
Way back home.
Yeah.
But so if you just do the 3 really big ones that everyone knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even count the Riverhounds because I know they do it too. How come the Riverhounds, which is not a part of the big 3 of Pittsburgh sports teams, so you have the Riverhounds, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Pittsburgh Pirates all have Pride Nights, but the fucking Steelers don't?
I don't know. That's fucking weird.
That is weird because the Steelers is the biggest Pittsburgh fucking sports team, or in my, you know, from my understanding, the biggest fucking sports team Pittsburgh has.
Yeah, they usually have the biggest draw, the biggest hoopla over them.
Because it's either the Steelers or the Penguins. So much as the Pirates have been having a good game good season so far,
it's not always like this. This is a good season.
But yeah. Whoever works, if anyone knows anyone that works for like the Steelers management or something, or knows somebody,
pitch a Pride Night.
If fucking do Pride Night, Steelers, you would make so much money. How gay fucking Pittsburgh is, you would make so much money.
I don't know. I do also think that it's like, oh, manly man sport football, rawr.
Dude, if NASCAR can openly support LGBT people and people of color, and they have the most redneck of redneck clientele.
Yeah, you know, you're right.
I think the Steelers could do something.
The Steelers.
All right, we're at that break time. So we will take a quick break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Yeah.
And we are back.
Hello.
So I tweeted this out. before we started recording, but I'm going to bring it up on the podcast too. So for those of you who don't follow us on Twitter, know what you did.
We've been doing dabs today. Let's preface this that way. We've been talking earlier. We've been doing dabs today. And I tried to ask Rayven a question.
So what was the question you were trying to ask? I'm guessing is...
Do dabs make your lungs hurt?
And how did it come out?
Do lungs make your dabs hurt? And in my head, it came out right.
But it did not.
It did not.
So I put that on Twitter.
Yeah.
So it is now forever memorialized as, do lungs make your dabs hurt? Asmodeus 2023.
Just about as bad as drink your newspaper.
When you were playing Untitled Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game, yeah.
Oh, boy. There's another doozy you did, too, and I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either. It was funny. I do a funny sometimes. Not usually on purpose.
What were some of the topics you wanted to talk about today?
Oh, you told me that I could talk about lamb. I noticed something queer in lamb.
Yes.
You noticed something queer in lamb.
I did notice something queer in lamb.
And I didn't pick up on it. But whenever you, not going to do any spoilers, but whenever you're fighting the bishops, if you pay attention to their pronouns, it's interesting because they're like these big monster creatures, gods, right? You can't tell. They can, though. And when you look at the quest lines, one of them uses they, them pronouns, which I thought was pretty cool. Also, you can just, I've noticed this, but you can just marry whoever the fuck you want.
Yes.
And how many ever fucking people you want, which is great.
So, the lamb is canonically
Queer and polyamorous.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Yeah, I had just some queer things I've noticed. Cult of the Lamb. And
I feel like a lot of the gays and the whole how's it say on TikTok? All the she gays and theys are gonna love this or something like that. Very drawn to Cult of the Lamb, I've noticed.
Yes. It's a cozy horror dungeon crawler. It has gay written all over it. But
like the people who like Dark Souls, like the people who like hard, and like the people who like cozy farming sims.
Yeah, all in one game. And guess what? That Venn diagram is more one circle than it is three circles. Because they're a lot of the same people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or very similar people.
Or at least in the same circle of friends, you hit all three of those in one. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Oh. Yeah. Speaking of queer stuff, I started watching Steven Universe. And it is
so late.
I know. And I've heard how queer coded it is. And I like it a lot. It's just a really cute, fucking wholesome show. And it's real cozy. Nice to watch. I can binge it. They're 11 to 15 minute long episodes. And it's just so cute. And it's easy to follow while I crochet.
Yeah.
But I just met Lapis Lazuli. She's just fucking wild. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the rest. Yeah. I've just been, that's what I've been doing. I've been crocheting and watching Steven Universe. But
it's a cute show.
It is so cute. I know there's lots more queer things. And isn't there a canonically poly?
Oh, yeah.
There's poly canon, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
I don't want any spoilers, but as soon as I heard that, I was like, I knew, yeah, I have to watch it.
Yeah. Polyamorous representation in Steven Universe. And why don't we just talk about queer cartoons? Cartoons with good queer representation real quick.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a thing we haven't talked about yet.
It really isn't.
So Steven Universe.
Yeah.
Automatic check mark there. Well, it's not great. It has some holes in it as a series, and people make fun of Naruto for Naruto's no taijutsu. Steven Universe is way worse with that. And I'll leave it at that, so it's not spoilery for you.
No spoilers.
let's see. The Owl House, really good queer representation.
I don't know if it's good because Princess Bubblegum is just not the best.
I said the Owl House.
I know.
Not...
No, I'm changing subjects.
Oh, sorry.
I'm shifting. Come on, keep up, or you're gonna get left behind.
I want to keep
Well, I wanted to add to your list.
Okay.
I don't know if Princess Bubblegum is the best because you were like good queer representation. I'm like,
yeah.
There's Adventure Time. That's where I was going with that. I was like, I don't know if the whole Princess Bubblegum Marceline thing is the best relationship, but they are queer.
Yes, there is queer. I think it's more than just them two, though.
Really,
like,
are there more queer characters?
I
haven't gotten to watch all of Adventure Time. I've started rewatching it like 6 times.
think it wasn't. I think someone said, I don't know if it was a headcanon. I might be mistaking it for a headcanon, but someone said like Billy's gay. Like the hero Billy. The one that Finn and Jake really look up to, and he's kind of like that really tall gray guy, Billy.
I think I remember him.
Who eventually gets turned into a lynch.
I think I remember him. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched Adventure Time. I watched it a lot when I was in foster care.
Let's see. What other show, cartoon? Craig of the Creek. I know you haven't watched it yet, but Craig of the Creek has really good queer representation. I mean, first, I think it was episode 4 with the witches, which basically just bam, queer. The new version of She-Ra, really good representation. Hell, the fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't really see it as much in Avatar: The Last Airbender, but like that whole universe was kind of like super queer because Kyochi's queer, Korra's queer. I'm trying to think what else. Because right now I'm just trying to focus on like Western cartoons before I move into like the other side of the world. I want to say Code Lyoko, but it's fucking Code Lyoko. I don't remember having any LGBT rep, but it like a lot of queers watched it.
I'm trying to think. And literally the only one I could think of that you hadn't listed was fucking Adventure Time. That's why I chimed in. I was like, oh, I know one.
No, it's okay. Hey Arnold, not Hey Arnold, Arthur. Mr. Rutherford, their teacher. Remember the whole big controversy with their teacher coming out as gay and getting married to another man. I'm trying to think what else is LGBT. Transformers.
Oh.
So they've been in the comics for a while, but in the most recent iteration of Transformers cartoon, there is I think non-binary kid who uses she/they pronouns.
Aww.
And one of the Transformers noticed it and he goes, "Oh, hey, these are also my pronouns. I like your pins."
Aww.
And I think it's because in the comics, I don't know if they addressed it in the show because I haven't actually watched this version yet. Because I kind of want to watch from like G1 and then up.
Mm-hmm.
So I could talk to Tyler about it on Odds a podcast. Because I started with like the Rise of Energy of like Cybertron and all that, like the anime style ones.
I have never gotten
and Beast
into
Wars.
Transformers.
I love Transformers. And Bionicles. I know I'm a trans girl stereotype. Shush.
I would play with a Transformer if I would sit down and play with some of the boys' toys, but like I never watched any of it or got into it.
Yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Using the quote the boys' toys very loosely because when I
loosely.
was a kid, that was a
all
big
the toys
deal.
of gender.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the comics, and I think it's specifically the IDW comics of Transformers, the character in the show is in the comics canonically trans.
Nice.
Which I didn't know Transformers could do. But it's cool though.
Transformers.
Yeah, the trans is capitalized in
Transformers. It's like
Um,
the subreddit
Transformers.
Transformers.
Total Drama Island. With the current new season that they have a queer relationship on TV, which remind me, 16, also made by the same studio, has some queer stuff in it. I think one of the main characters in the group was canonically bi. What else?
You were rattling off so many. I feel like I haven't watched a lot of queer cartoons.
To be fair, you don't watch a whole lot of cartoons. I feel like, I mean, you have your set what you like,
Yeah.
and then you kind of just stay in that little bubble. Where I like cartoons, I love any animation.
Listen, can I just say that I have this thing that I just like hyper focus, and I'm like, this is all that exists right now. And I was watching Rick and Morty for so fucking long until the whole Justin Roiland thing came out, and then I was like, all right, let's back off of that. I started watching other adult animations. I think that's what I mostly go after is like adult animation.
That's fair. I kind of keep it more full animation. Like, I'm not watching Nick Jr. stuff all the time. Bluey was an exception because a friend told me about that to be a parent, like be a better parent before we have kids. And you know what? I really like Bluey. It's cute.
Steven Universe also is just fucking adorable. And I love it.
Like, I watch like Cartoon Network, Disney, Nickelodeon stuff. I'm trying to think. Oh, speaking of Nickelodeon, The Loud House.
Mm-hmm.
You
said that like a Pittsburgher.
What?
The Lad House.
The Lad House.
The Lad House now.
No, the Loud House had one because like I'm remembering the episode where like Lincoln goes, "It's time to make history," and he closes his book, and his friend Clyde comes over, and then it's revealed when Clyde opens the door more that Clyde has an interracial gay couple as parents.
Aww.
Which I thought was really cute.
Yeah.
What else? And also a couple of Lincoln's sisters are kind of queer too. Like his rock and roll sister, I can't remember their name. It's been a while since I watched the show. It's canonically bi. I'm trying to think what else. Trying to go through my Rolodex of like things in my head. Is that the Owl House? It's not official canon, but I think it's heavily implied, so I'm including it. Gravity Falls. Because Dipper and Mabel are identical twins. They say they're identical twins. So one of them is trans. And I think it's Dipper because that episode where he gets like super butthurt about being like Grunkle Stan calling him not manly enough, and he gets butthurt about it.
Isn't there a flash forward scenario in The Simpsons where Lisa is queer?
Yes, where she ends up in a sapphic polytriad, actually.
Yeah, that came to my mind while you were talking, and I was like,
that's a good one.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
Okay, I'm going to go adult cartoons. Family Guy.
Oh.
Peter has made numerous times that he's bi. One of the best ones I think can come to mind is where they get boats and Peter's naming it, and he calls it USS Stronger Than Superman, Batman, the Hulk, and all these other superheroes combined. And Quagmire goes, "No, you can't name it. That is too long." He goes, "Okay, SS, I'm bi." But then there's also a cutaway gag where Peter's gonna. It's implied, of course, Family Guy with the cutaways. Not everything's canon and everything. Obviously, because the canon of Family Guy is like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, there's so many holes in it.
But Peter said there was a flash, or there was a cutaway gag where Peter has gender confirmation surgery, and Dr. Hartman comes over and goes, the surgery was a success. What would you want to call yourself now? And he lifts up the blanket and looks underneath it and goes, Peter. Which would infer that Peter's a trans man.
Yeah.
Crap. What other American Dad?
Yeah.
American Dad. Not only the bigger, more returning characters until the voice actor left because American Dad went from Fox to TBS. Had the gay news anchor partners who lived across kind of across the street.
Oh shit! What's his face? What? Where? Why? Brain? Come on. Roger.
Yeah.
Roger's all sorts of flavors of queer.
Yeah.
Just Roger's Roger.
Well, because like Roger even says, another pansexual gender fluid fae. Yeah, like
there you go.
In reference to Andy Dick, and Andy Dick goes, "Who are you calling fae? I have a son." In that exact inflection. But also, Haley's kind of made a little Haley and Francine.
Yeah.
Because Francine hooked up with that one female bouncer trying to get Stan into the My Morning Jacket.
Yep.
Backstage. I know you don't watch it, but Bob's Burgers. Actually, not even just Bob, but like the whole like universe of Bob's Burgers,
Bob's Boigies.
Bob's Boigies, Bob's Burgers, The Great North, and I think I haven't watched it, but I would not be surprised if Central Park had any queer representation because it's New York. Like they got to have a Stonewall episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But Bob's Burgers, there's an episode where they don't really address whether they're trans or just cross dressers, but they're prostitutes. But Bob just continuously refers to them as with she her pronouns. It wasn't the greatest representation, but I don't think it was horrible either. But Marshmallow was the better one out of the group. And Bob is like infatuated with her. Because like there's one episode where Linda gets a psychic and she said she's gonna run into someone tall, dark, and handsome, and Marshmallow walks in and Linda goes, oh, tall, dark, and handsome, she is a psychic. And Bob goes, Marshmallow's not handsome, she's beautiful, she's all inspiring. And Marshmallow goes, blush. I fucking love Marshmallow. Also, Bob's kind of bi. Because there's one, they do Thanksgiving specials. And there's one special where he ends up taking allergy pills because Lynn's sister, Gail, comes and brings her cats. And Bob's allergic to cats. So he's taking like allergy pills and he's sleepwalking and throwing the turkey in the toilet. So he keeps going to the shop and keeps buying a new turkey each day because he's trying to do like a 3-day brine.
Yeah.
And the guy behind the counter like thinks he's trying to get with him and eventually gives him his number. And Bob goes, no, that's ridiculous. I'm married. And it was like, no, I'm doing it. Who am I kidding? You're on my league. So Bob's kind of bi. I would say Bob's bi.
Rick and Morty. Rick Sanchez is pansexual.
Yes, Rick is canonically pan. I think someone else is kind of queer.
Beth.
Beth.
Beth's. Both of them. Both of the Beths. Jerry has been shown to be queer with himself.
Yeah.
Because he has been with him. He got with himself in that episode of the aliens, if you want to count that.
Oh yeah.
Sleepy Gary.
Sleepy
Gary.
Yeah.
With the aliens that plant memories in your head.
Yeah.
I want to say I feel like Summer would be. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that, but
There,
from the show, it
the
hasn't really
show,
shown
yeah, the show
anything.
hasn't shown anything. She's been straight.
Um, Naruto.
Mm?
Uh, so Haku is written as a very effeminate guy, but there are some, I think, queer people, if I remember from the manga. Um, I want to say Naruto, but I'm not 100% sure anymore now that I've said that. Um, let's see. I know there's one anime, I can't remember the name of it, but like the main characters, like it's like they're transitioning the opposite way and they become friends.
Yeah.
That was really cute. I can't remember the name of that. Um, mm, there's a couple. There are quite a bit of anime besides just like like the Yuri. I mean, like the stereotypical Yuri ones. Where it follows girl romance or yaoi or it follows guy romance. But it's like I'm trying to find like good ones too that are like I'm not trying to use those because I want like good ones that actually show proper representation, not just fetishization. Sailor Moon's a good one. Sailor
Yeah.
Moon's a very good one. Um, One Piece. One Piece has canonically trans characters in it. Um, Trying to think what else anime wise. Um, hmm. I don't know what else other anime wise. There's probably a ton, and I'm probably just blanking on it because I haven't watched a lot lately. But yeah, there's a lot of queer animation. I feel like we're getting more and more representation with it as time goes on. Um, Gosh, I want to say there's more.
You're missing South Park.
Oh, dude,
We didn't talk about South
we
Park.
totally did not.
We
Talk
totally
about
gold
stuff.
danced over fucking Mr. Garrison.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, Mr. Garrison, Mr. Slave, and Big Al.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably Butters,
Yeah.
because Margarine and everyone's saying like, oh well, the boys put Butters up to that, but I'm like, Butters also seemed to be very confident near the end and was having a lot of fun as Margarine. Wendy also arguably,
Yeah.
because there's been like 3 episodes where Wendy became Wendell, and seemed very comfortable presenting masculine. Then you also have Craig and Tweak.
Mm-hmm.
They're a gay couple. I mean, hell, even in the Fractured Butthole game, you can be any sort on the gender spectrum, and even some of the main characters, their superhero character that they make has certain genders and sexual orientations. Because Kyle's human kite character is agender. And some people have been attaching that to Kyle, where I think Kyle's more just saying that's his character, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also see Kyle using that as a way to kind of explore, his gender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think what other. I can't believe we totally forgot South Park.
Yeah, right.
Because I've been playing a lot of South Park games lately. Man, what other?
I want to say that like, shit. God, no, I fucking lost it.
I want to say Futurama makes bits with it, and it's
Yeah.
not bad bits. Like it's like the robosexual episode. Like you have man and woman get married, you have man and man, woman and woman, ghost and horse. But I draw the line at robosexuals.
They did a trans bit with Bender, which as E.
You talking about where he changes has a sex change operation for like the women's Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
That one just
They also did a whole episode where everyone got gender swapped.
Yeah.
I
had one and I lost it. It's the original show from Human Resources.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. There we go. Aren't there queer characters in Big Mouth?
Yeah, there's a trans character in the summer camp arc, and I have been told, I have not seen it yet, that there is a non-binary character, and one of the main groups, I think it's what's her face, the redhead.
Yeah,
I can't remember her name. She questions her gender at one point, and there was like a whole musical number about it.
Also, while we're on the topic, fuck you, Netflix.
Yeah. Speaking of fuck you and Netflix, Dead End Park, main character was a trans guy, and they canceled that. God, what else is there? There's so many. I mean, we listed off a decent amount. But I'm trying to think. Did. I feel like there's more.
I feel like there are too.
And I'm just not remembering. So like I'm not trying not to like include some queer coded, because I want to make sure like we get like queer as a fact queer.
Like cut and dry. This is canon.
Cut and dry. Yeah, like because like Owl House, even like doing some of it post. But you haven't finished it, so I don't want to say too much.
No spoilers.
But Owl House is very queer. Fuck, hang on. I'm trying to see if I can look at the shelves to see if I can find any that might trigger a memory out of your movie stash.
My movie collection. I thought of one that's seriously heavily implied, but it's never really stated.
Well, bring it on. We got some time left.
Just fucking Scooby-Doo. Can we just talk about Scooby-Doo?
Oh, yeah.
Because Scooby-Doo. Only people I'm dating call me Freddy. Everybody in the gang calls him fucking Freddy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're just all hooking up with each other.
I think the mystery gang is just a giant polycule.
Yeah, that go solve crimes and mysteries and shit, you know?
Dang, what a... I want to say regular show, but I can't. Because I don't think there is. But I feel like regular show would have it and not be a bit. It would just kind of be like a thing. You know what I mean?
I've never really watched regular show, so I have no idea.
It's really weird. I'll tell you that much.
I might have watched a little bit, but my memory's super fuzzy from it.
I kind of want to watch it high, knowing that the guy who writes it is a big star. I'd also want to watch his other series, Close Enough, where it's about like two parents and their daughter. I can't think of any more.
I think if like I don't think Solar Opposites has. I haven't watched enough of it to see anything.
Yeah.
Queer.
We're also at that time.
We are.
So if you know any queer shows that we did not, or queer cartoons that we did not mention, let us know in our messaging system, which is now in our show notes.
Good transition.
But once again, my name is Rayven. I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Asmodeus. I use they, them pronouns.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye.